Happy New Year's, guys. Got this huge cut on my nose. Have no idea how I got it, but I think I scratched myself while I was sleeping or in the gym the other day. But as you can see, I'm on the side of the road, shirt on, not doing cardio, planned cardio at least. But New Year's Day, starting strong with a flat tire. Got a flat tire on the way to the gym. My car's in the shop still, and so I Ubered to my mom's place and borrowed her car so I could go to the gym today and take care of some errands. First things first, going to the gym, flat tire. So I left it at Tire Kingdom. I just drove on the tire, ruined it. Left it at Tire Kingdom, and now we're walking to the gym. Supposed to pull, maybe hit some squats today. Already took pre-workout. Struggle is real. It's like 90 degrees out. Let's get to the fucking gym. I just hope it's open. It said 1 p.m. Oh, come on. 1 p.m. Thank God. Alright, so I'm finally back home doing my voiceovers in the comfort of my living room, and today was a little bit different. I pulled 405 for 10 off of a 1 plate deficit. As you can see, I'm using little blue ab mats because there was a trainer there that was bitching that I needed to be deadlifting off the mats, which is really stupid. So what I did is I wore my shoes to kind of account for the difference in mat depth. As you can see, when I pull, there's like pretty much the mats on the ground. They actually did nothing. So it's just a 1 plate deficit after wearing the shoes and everything. But I was able to pull 405 for 10, which I thought was pretty damn good. And then I did 315 for another set. And after deads, I got into squatting. So front squats, I just did 2 working sets, relatively heavy for me. So I did 135 on the front squat for a set of, I think it was 16 reps. And then I decided to hit 185 for a set of 5 or 6. Considering I went to failure twice on a deficit deadlift, my lower back was the limiting factor in these squats. So again, not focusing on legs that much. My leg development is fine. If I really wanted to prioritize it, I would be having probably 2 leg days a week or separating my squats and deads, but I really like how it's working out for me now. Injury-wise, pain-wise, gains-wise, it's perfect. So legs once a week with heavy deads, and then everything else is pretty much upper body. But yeah, that's it for the heavy stuff. I got into some leg extensions, some hamstring curls, and leg press. I'm pretty much just showing my top sets. It's gonna be a nice short video, just a typical leg workout as you guys already know. But had to deal with a flat tire on this day, and then had to go pick up my car from the dealer. I took an Uber there, and when I picked my car up from the dealer today, the problem it had 2 visits ago, earlier in December, is back. So I'm bringing it back on Monday. So really getting pretty damn trolled in the car situation, and it's kind of wasting a lot of time, and it's really screwing up my days. But either way, I'll get it taken care of one way or another, and that's really not relevant to how gym training is going, thankfully. But worked up to 4 plates per side on this heavy ass leg press, and my range of motion is getting better. Knee is feeling better, legs are feeling stronger, so everything's good to go. And it's pretty much this workout's pretty much kind of starting, or I guess, you know, January 1st is starting officially my prep for spring competing. I do have a show picked out that I want to do, and it's around mid to late March. So the prep diet is starting, the cardio is starting, and the training is going to be ramped up. So stay tuned, guys. You guys saw me prep last year. Fingers crossed that I can have another successful prep and just get into good shape and see if I can be better than I was last year. I kind of dealt with some injuries in the off season and just stuff like that, so I don't think I'll be much better, but it's definitely something I want to do again. So if I can take what I learned from last prep and apply it to this one, hopefully I can keep gaining in the next few weeks, maintaining my strength, get my bench up, get my deads up, and then with all the accessory work on the arms, I may be able to bring a better package this year. So I'm excited. It was very, very fun to prep. I'm very excited to be back on my contest prep diet. It's I like having the structure after just doing my own thing for so many months. It's great to have structure again. So my coach has made that out for me. It's a little bit different than last year. Instead of 75 carbs and 125 carbs on non-training and training days, we're starting at 150 each day. You know, 6 meals a day. Each meal is structured accordingly, macro based on if it's pre-workout, post-workout, morning meals, depending on the fats and carbs go. But I'll get more into that another day. It's just a short video. Happy New Year's, guys. Keep training, and I'll update you about everything that goes on with the prep. Peace.
All right, another mile. Post-gym walk back to Tire Kingdom. I think it's a sign from God that I need to start doing my cardio today. Maybe it is in getting my tanning game up, but we're finally back. Grind doesn't know what day of the year it is. The grind doesn't know that your car's in the shop. The grind doesn't care if you're a
Alright guys, so if you still stuck around for the video, thank you very much, I appreciate it. Weird bench session. I had my buddy Devin here give me a lift, and I actually had a lifetime PR this session yesterday. It's Sunday night. I'm gonna post this Sunday night so you guys can see Friday and Saturday's workouts. But this Saturday bench workout, I hit 265 for 3 and I wanted to get a 4th rep, but I ended up needing a spot. I'm not sure if he lifted it off poorly, but this bar is a little bit bent. So I think I just misgrooved it based on where the bar was positioned. And then on the 2nd rep it felt better, and the 3rd set. And the 3rd set it felt even better. Now fresh, the best I did last year was 265 for 3, pretty easy, but I never tried more. And fresh this year, or end of the year, last year, whatever, fresh this training cycle, I was able to hit 265 for 4. And here on the 3rd set of bench, I hit 265 for 5. So really getting into my groove here. Definitely gonna be chasing 285 plus again soon, but let's just get into this workout. So my training now is gonna be ramped up a little bit now that I am getting into competition mode. Instead of training 4 times a week like I've done the past couple of months, I'm gonna push it to 5 to 6. My leg day and deadlift day is gonna be Friday, unless I want to move it up or down just a day based on recovery. But I'm basically gonna just be training upper body 4 to 5 days a week, and then 1 leg day. And I'm gonna put that leg day either Friday or Saturday, or if it's gonna get sped up, you know, to be every 6 days, something like that. But that works for me. I'm not focusing on gaining a lot of mass in my legs. I feel like my legs are pretty balanced with my whole physique, and things I need to work on for this stage are really my entire upper body, but specifically arms, chest, forearms, and yeah, just getting more overall fullness in my chest. So having another leg day, exhausting my lower back, really needing to recover more from a 2nd leg day is just not optimal at all for getting my upper body as big as I can. So 1 intense leg day a week I like to do. And yeah, there's gonna be a couple long sets in this video. I hit the flat bench for 4 or 5 working sets. I ended up smoking 2 plates on the incline, so I showed you my 2 plates and a quarter with that incline hammer strength. And then I did a few sets of delt raises here with 20 pounds. As you can see, this is my top working set. I was actually watching John Meadows, Jesus. Watching and listening to John Meadows, a little bit of an interview, and he has what he calls in straining challenge sets, which is kind of like a top working, top AMRAP set. But yeah, so every exercise I pick, I will do 1 to 3 working sets, sometimes just 1 working set. And in the case of the incline hammer strength, it was just 2 working sets. So it's either 1 or 2 working sets, and then my 3rd set's gonna be something like a challenge set. So you saw me hit that on bench, on hammer strength. For the side delts, I wanted a little more volume, and my challenge set was on my 3rd set. And then here on arms, I ended up working up to 2 full plates on this, I think, yeah, 2 full plates on the triceps, and I probably did about 4 sets with a challenge set here at the end. And then I did a little superset action for more tries and more delts. Now, I've referenced this guy before. His name is Bozer. I think it's Eric Brozer, I think. And it's a YouTube channel called Muscle Insider. It's Dave Mad Max 6 is the guy who films Eric Brozer. Eric Brozer coaches Dave. He had Dave put on like 12 pounds of muscle this year, and Dave's been competing for like 20 years and he's in his 40s. So this guy knows a lot about training and nutrition and about, I guess, supplementation. But the moral of the story, or the moral of the, I guess, the info I get from his videos is training really is important. Focusing on weak points really is important. It's not just about the big 3. So I took this little exercise from him. It's a front raise with the barbell, keeping it light. You don't do like this and use biceps, you kind of let your shoulders come forward. Now, this is not for a beginner to just try to ego lift, because you're extending your shoulder a little bit out of the socket, but you can see me here controlling it. I did 3 sets with heavy cable press downs, and then 3 sets with this 40-pound barbell. And my delts and chest are toast, so I haven't felt soreness here really the past few months. Again, soreness isn't the best indicator for training, but when you try a new exercise and you're trying to isolate a muscle that you haven't really been getting sore, it's definitely great if you feel it the next day. So that's it for the push session. Friday and Saturday's workouts. Today I pulled, hit some back and buys, and tomorrow maybe I'll be back in the gym, but I'm gonna keep you guys updated, all right? So peace and stay tuned.
Catching some Matt versus post-workout. Myron, the most epic natty. All right, guys, so post-workout is supposed to have 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and nothing else as my post-workout meal. So what I'm doing is 35 grams of pure carbs from whole wheat flour. I'm gonna do, it's already in this shaker, all of it. So 35 grams of carbs, 30 grams of protein, 20 grams of protein, and the other 15 carbs or so are gonna come from a few carbs from the syrup, a few carbs from the fat-free whipped cream, and a few carbs, if you could even call it that, literally a few, from sugar-free polliners. So, like I said, post-workout meal on my diet is 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. Now, some days I will just have whey and something like glycofuse, which I have up there, or whey and dextrose, or maybe if I'm out of something, I could have egg whites and white rice. But since I'm eating a lot of meals, digestion's iffy, a lot of times I'm just gonna go for shakes. But since I've got some time right now, I'm pretty much gonna make my post-workout meal into pancakes. Like I said, we're hitting exactly 50 carbs and 50 protein, not going over on anything, and this is gonna be the post-workout meal. Gonna turn this up and make these bitches.
Feels like the difference. I mean, obviously you see 2 well right here, but especially from the side, they look.
Final product is 50 carbs, 50 protein, 4 pancakes. And that's how you diet, my friends.